All right, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, this is how wicked these Southeast judges are. So, this is how these judges have been transferring innocent Biafrans to the north to be imprisoned in the north. How can these particular judges be this wicked in Southeast? So, this is what they do. Once they catch any innocent Biafran, they transfer them to the north to be detained and be imprisoned over there. Now, listen to this broadcast by our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. There you will understand what is going on in Southeast. Now, listen.
The of the Nigeria state is coming to an end by various decisions and various steps and measures that this government will take in order to protect, defend our land, protect our women and children, and our properties and lives. For this reason, Nigeria have represented anarchy, criminality, evil, corruption, especially in Biafra land and against Biafra people. We have seen and witnessed several and thousands disappearances of Biafra people where they are kidnapped from Biafra land and taken to far away northern Nigeria and other part of Nigeria and locked up, imprisoned, without trial, without any justification. And for that reason, the Biafra government will be taking a very decisive steps and decision today in order to bring that impunity to an end. On this note, I am moving a motion this afternoon without wasting your time, a motion to give 72 hours to the Nigeria terrorist state to return every single Biafran that has been kidnapped from Biafra land and taken to somewhere in the northern Nigeria and the southern, on the western Nigeria and beyond, for them to be returned back to Biafra land with immediate effect. In addition to this, failing to bring back any Biafran and all Biafran that have been kidnapped in the name of arrest or with whatever nomenclature, after 72 hours, we will evict every judges that is not from Biafra land, residing in Biafra land. We will also lock down the entire court that represent Nigeria. We are going to lock down the Court of Appeal, judicial court. We will lock down the Court of Appeal, Oka Judicial Court. We are also going to lock down the Court of Appeal, Enugu Judicial Division. We will lock down the Federal High Court in the entire Southeast to start with. After that, we will proceed to the South-South. We will also lock down the entire National Industrial Court in the entire Southeast and South-South comprising of Biafra. After this, we will move to customary court. So anybody that is in this court and you are not a Biafran, you are sent or posted to Biafra land to come to Biafra and preside over any case. Believe me, after the time that we are going to be voted for today, after that time elapses, your security will not be guaranteed. Our demand is very simple. From Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down to the lowest person must be transferred to Biafra land with immediate effect. We will begin to correct this impunity on the issue that when somebody is alleged to commit a crime, there is a jurisdiction. If you claim that somebody committed a crime in the Southeast, as you have given them, the person must be tried in that jurisdiction in the Southeast. Somebody cannot be abducted from the Southeast, sent to northern Nigeria, where he will be denied access to justice, he will be denied access to lawyers, he will be denied access to everything. You lock the person up where the so-called crime were committed in a different region. That is ending today. The Biafra government will be voting on this particular issue I've mentioned. So, my fellow cabinet members, as a government, it is a priority for us to protect the interests of our people, to give them justice, fairness, equity, which Nigeria government have denied them. On this note, I move a motion to give 72 hours to every judges of the Court of Appeal in Owerri, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Awka, every judges of the Court of Appeal in Enugu Judicial Division, every judges of the Federal High Court in the Southeast and South-South, every judges of the National Industrial Court in the entire Southern region. If you support this motion that the Nigeria government is giving 72 hours to repatriate and return every Biafran that is being detained somewhere in the northern Nigeria and beyond. After 72 hours, these judges must vacate Biafra land with immediate effect. If you are for this motion, please, can we see your hands up? And the media team, can you put everybody on the screen so we can be able to see the hand before we go into our electronic voting that is not available at this point? Thank you.
Excellency, Ekpa Simon Joko, I don't want to waste your time. Let us delve into it immediately. And as you can see on your screen, I will be reading this from the official and verified X handle of the Prime Minister of BLGIE, Mazi Simon Ekpa. Recall, few hours ago, this very afternoon, there was a cabinet meeting of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile officials. Some motions were moved by the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, His Excellency Ekpa Simon Joko, with some members, the cabinet members of the Biafra Republic Government in Exile, who were present in that meeting, agreed to this very latest development. So without further ado, let me read from the official and verified X handle of the Prime Minister. As you can see on your screen, this is all that happened this afternoon. Breaking. The Biafra government in an emergency cabinet meeting today, 24th October 2024, voted and approved a resolution to demand Nigeria terrorist government to return every Biafran being detained outside Biafra land within 72 hours. This is an ultimatum. This is not a matter of our beg. Nobody is begging anybody here. We are talking about Biafra government and Nigerian government. And of course, they know what that means. He continued, the 72 hours will expire on Sunday, 27th October 2024. Failing to adhere to this demand, now this is where everybody will pay attention. Failing to adhere to this demand, the zoo, you must pay attention. The Biafra government also voted for the resolution to evict every non-Biafran judge and lock down the following institutions. Again, he'll say to go. Now, like as I said a couple of seconds ago, this is where you have to pay attention. And all the zoo agencies, institutions, and officials must pay very good attention to this very, place. Number one, Federal Government Court of Appeal in Owerri, Federal Government Court of Appeal in Awka, Federal Government Court of Appeal in Enugu Judicial Division, all Federal High Courts in Biafra land, National Industrial Court in Biafra land. So this very eviction and lockdown will affect only the zoo courts within Biafra territory, be it appeal court or any other court, high court or whatsoever. This eviction of judges and lockdown of those institutions will only affect these institutions, which I have mentioned above. Now, do you know why the Biafra government decided to target only the courts at this very point in time? And remember that this has nothing to do with our upcoming 2 months lockdown of all the zoo institutions within Biafra territory. It has nothing to do with it. This one is a matter of urgency. Recall that Since the last appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the court of the zoo, the DSS has not allowed the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to visit him, to see him and speak to him one-on-one till today. Now, for the fact that our people that they kidnapped in our land, claiming to be IPOB members or, Biafra agitators, something like that, instead of them to try them here in Biafra land, they will take them to Abuja, they will take them to Sokoto, they will take them to Mina, they will take them to, Kaduna, they will take them to Kano, they will take them to Zamfara, they will take them to Borno, they will take them to Niger State. Northern Zoological Republic. They don't even take them to the, west, maybe Lagos. They take them to the northern part of the zoo. And then you wonder, why is it so? Because last time I checked, the northern part, no part of Northern Zoological Republic has the... Whenever you arrest that person and you say this is the place where the person committed the alleged crime, that person must be tried in that same area. That is democracy, and that is the rule of law. You don't kidnap somebody in the East alleging that the person might have committed any crime, and then you take that person to the northern part of the zoo to try him. It doesn't happen like that. So the Biafra Republic Government in Exile is 1,000,000% correct in this, and of course we are all in it together. We all support this very motion. Now let me continue and finish it. The Biafra government resolved that these institutions has brought anarchy, death, insecurity, instability, instead of justice, equity, and fairness. Of course, you see that? That is the reason why these institutions has to be shut down. The court of the zoo within Biafra land, because they have only brought anarchy, death, insecurity, instability, instead of justice, equity, and fairness. This is the truth. You can't say it better than this. You can't say it better than this. Now, it was this court that brought Hobos Odema that have destroyed the lives of our women and children. This same court that brought Hobos Odema from 4th position, all the way from 4th position to number 1 position. Until today, he is still parading himself as the governor of the old Imo State. This same court, that is the reason why the BLGIE said the court must be shut down in as much as they operate for the zoo within Biafra land. It has to be shut down by fire, by force. It is not a matter of abeg. These institutions will therefore be locked down indefinitely from 29th October 2024. You can't say it better than this. There was that man, one man that used to call me every day, used to disturb me. Let me even give you one story, because this issue is raised. There's this one man, I don't know him, but he comes from the old Anambra State. He used to call me on phone every day, telling me, lamenting how a certain Fulani George, I wouldn't mention the particular place, but it is within the old Anambra State. This man used to lament to me that there is this Fulani George. I know the exact place, but I cannot mention it live in the air for security purposes. That this very Fulani George has illegally sentenced many Igbo youths to prison. Many innocent Igbo youths to prison who did not even do anything. But because they are Igbo youths, and this man, a Fulani George, and he's been there for many years. But now, in conclusion, every judges, I want everybody to pay attention to this, because this is the dagger. This last one is the dagger. All judges, every single judge that are not from Biafra land is here, but you are here. You are not from Biafra land, but you are here. You are hereby requested, for now it is a request, but after 72 hours, it's not going to be a request anymore. Now listen, it's hereby requested to go back to their region, wherever you come from, as their security, your security as